Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing Ereban Shadow Legacy on the Series X, developed by Baby Robert Games and published by Select to Play. So what is Ereban Shadow Legacy? Ereban Shadow Legacy is a fast-paced stealth platformer game. The premise is you play as Anya, the last descendant of a forgotten race. Avoid or kill to uncover the truth about your past and the key to saving a dying morally grey universe. The game boasts 8 levels, 4 unique endings based on your moral choices, shadow powers, high-tech gadgets, and the ability to dive into shadows and move freely through them on any surface. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, the developers have put in a nice selection of options, including subtitles, opaqueness, and a nice selection of volume sliders. There is even button remapping, so should you have motor, visual or hearing, this would be a game for yourselves. Next is gameplay. Stealth games are my first true love, so seeing a new game promising a play your own way got me excited. This is the developer's first title, so my review will keep this in mind, but at the same time will not drop any concerns I may have. From the beginning you play as Anya, the last of her kind, called the Ereban, who have been invited by a large government facility called the Helios Corporation, controlled by an AI. This becomes the game's tutorial stage as it teaches you the mechanics of the game and how to use your shadow powers to its fullest. This is also where you see some cracks appear. One of the biggest issues I found with the game was its platforming when jumping to a nearby edge. You often slightly slide as you land, thus it's critical and placing your landing when you jump perfectly. My biggest amounts of death were due to this very issue. Once done, you're asked to step up to a machine, and at that point Aya is betrayed and captured. Thankfully, some local resistant fighters help her escape, and thus the two team up to learn what is going on and what to do about it. The game is set in 2 chapters, with 8 being in total, and these chapters are most effectively open arenas for Aya to explore as she wishes, with the main aim is to get to the end to progress to said next chapter. Within these compact semi-open arenas, there is often about 3 NPCs which hold side quests, which upon doing so will provide you with a limited resource that ties directly into your gadget creation last upgrade. There are 4 gadgets to unlock, with each one having 3 potential upgrades. They are Sonar, allows for spotting hidden enemies and later dark matter and crafting materials. Visor, which allows you to track enemies with later upgrades providing tracking and weaknesses. Mine, which places a mine to stun enemies, allowing to be upgraded for enemy removal. And finally Decoy, which provides a short-term decoy with later upgrades allowing for full stunning of enemies. Combined with this is your shadow powers, which unlock a new power every time you get to a large echo and drain its energy. It's here that you must make a choice, a light power or a dark power, with these choices locking off others depending on said choice. Each power has a small tree to which you must augment or buff said ability. However, to activate these upgrades, you will need to find the smaller dark orbs dotted around each level. From the beginning, you have Shadow Merge, which allows the protagonist to sink into a shadow and use it to gain access to new spots or take out enemies without being seen. However, the moment you are hit by light, either sun or an enemy's flashlights, you are exposed back to your human form. And this is critical as until you unlock the ability to escape your enemies, they can effectively one-hit kill you. Getting spotted briefly doesn't cause the enemy to search for you, but linger too long and arouse their curiosity and they will search you out. The chase window is small, so your best bet is to go higher ground and you can usually escape and wait out the enemy's heightened state back to its original. There is a little bit of puzzle solving, like taking a battery past enemies but only when in your human form. But overall, this is about completing said quests and not being spotted in the process. The game is at its best as you explore and take out enemies in your own creative way, and thankfully this is where it excels. Moving around, taking enemies out from the shadows and engaging with the small but entertaining NPCs was fun from start to finish. Next up is graphics. The game's graphics is enticing, and its varied environments are designed to ensure you play on light and shadows, which is exciting. For example, one had a huge windmill that would cast a large moving shadow against a seemingly impossible building to get into. Others are moving storage containers that allow you to get from one location to another. It's this figuring out how to reach an out-of-the-way platform that is the puzzle within itself, made a lot harder given a stamina meter is tied to Anya's shadow merge. Each unique location gets creative with the scenarios on how shadows are key to exploring the land at large. Not only do you have to figure out which shadows to move, follow or jump between, but usually must be done in a timely manner. With regards to enemy variation, there is a good variety of foes who want to take her down. These range from your standard enemies who don't pose much threat besides the flashlight they carry to illuminate the locations they wander. Others, however, are more adept, like snipers which can spot you from afar, or stealth droids which are partially invisible and will ruin your day if you're not careful enough of your surroundings. Alongside these are human enemies who are designed to present a moral choice rather than a gameplay one. Killing droids equals a good moral standing, whilst murdering the human workers will negatively impact Ira's moral standing, which then feeds into choices available at the end. As you would expect, lighting is well done to ensure you can choose your own path in exploring the chapter's arenas at will. Character models and building models are well designed and visually appealing with a variety of coloured palettes depending on said location. When I was playing the game, it was silky smooth, but I did see some tearing in some of the distant buildings, but no visual pop-ins during cutscenes or in-game. Finally, its sound. The game has full voice acting, which is superb in its delivery. Each actor really goes above and beyond to add immersion. When it comes to the lore of the game, this is picked up by finding notes around that showcase a far more complicated and interesting series of events that really is needed to be explored to understand the endings. Speaking of the endings, when you do get to the end, 3 choices will appear that directly tie into your morale system, with a hidden 4th, which I won't explain here.
Sure. So, what's true?
Oh, you're in Ereban.
And?
Well, I've read all about
The game's music was equally well done, with its often moody and reactive setups that adapt well to the gameplay. Its subtle techno beats and environmental sounds complement the strange world you are exploring. Combine this with a good collection of enemy robotic sounds and different gadget tones, and you will be immersed as you hunt for your prey. My recommendation here would be a good quality headset to listen to the superb music as you choose to kill or spare the foes around you. And this leads me onto the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Ereban Shadow Legacy is a great purchase. The developer's first attempt at a unique stealth game isn't perfect, but good enough to warrant its price and enjoyable enough to keep players engaged in something different. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £17.99 or approximately $19, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 8+ hours to complete. It also has a hard mode and 4 endings, alongside locked off powers depending on your choices, which will easily provide a further 10+ hours to explore. There is also physical editions and collector's editions, but these are for PlayStation only. If you are a fan of stealth games and are looking for something out there that's fun but not too long, this would be ideal for you to enjoy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.
Ready as I'll ever be.